Welcome to Spacecast Tour. Today is for the solo flyers. Who needs a partner when you have English?
That is a very bold opening. But, I mean, honestly, who needs the drama when you've got the vocabulary, right?
That is the spirit. And if you can't tell, I am currently flying solo and absolutely loving the freedom.
Oh, I can tell.
No sharing snacks, no fighting over the remote control. I mean, it is the sweet life. I am living the dream.
And I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm currently, let's call it single and ready to mingle, but suffering from a chronic case of being too picky.
Ah, the classic dilemma.
So while you're over there celebrating your independence and, hoarding your snacks, I'm the one analyzing why my dating life is just a series of very, very awkward anecdotes.
Well, we're going to unpack all of that today. We're diving deep into the phrases, the idioms, and just the hilarious realities of being single.
And this isn't just about learning words, is it?
Not at all. We're talking about life. We're going to give you the language you need to describe your relationship status with, confidence, humor, and maybe a little bit of sass.
It's really about capturing the vibe of the single life.
Mm,
Whether you're happily alone like you or actively looking like me, the words we choose actually change how people see us.
exactly. So let's start with my favorite category, my current state of being, the joy of flying solo.
Flying solo. It's an interesting choice of words. It sounds, I don't know, adventurous, like you're a pilot.
It is. See, being single isn't just not having a partner. That's like a negative definition. It's defined by what's missing.
Right.
Flying solo is a lifestyle. It's about independence. I like to think of it like that guy who travels the world by himself. You know the type.
The backpacker type, which is, I mean, terrifying to some people, but total liberating to others.
Exactly. Think about the agency. You wake up, you decide where to go, what to eat. You aren't negotiating.
There's no, hey, you hungry? What do you want? No, not that.
None of that. You just go. And the best part, you don't have to share the remote control.
Okay, that is the peak of luxury.
Yeah.
But I think there's a psychological distinction here we need to make. There's a difference between level 1, I'm single,
Oh, for sure.
which is just a fact, like, checking a box on a form, and level 10, I'm flying solo.
Absolutely. Level 1 is just statistical. It's boring. Level 10 is an attitude. It's walking down the street with your own soundtrack playing in your head. It means you're capable.
It suggests you're in the cockpit of your own life.
Yeah.
You aren't a passenger waiting for a co-pilot. You're flying the plane. It reframes the whole situation from loneliness to autonomy.
Yes. And that shift is so powerful because lonely asks for pity, but flying solo asks for respect.
Totally.
Precisely. And speaking of autonomy and snacks, because food is my love language, this brings me to my absolute favorite phrase.
Uh-oh.
This is the one I use constantly when people ask me, are you ready?
I think I know what's coming.
Single as a Pringle.
Single as a Pringle. Okay, we need to unpack this because linguistically it's ridiculous, but also weirdly perfect.
It is poetry. You have to understand the deeper meaning. It's like a snack. You are alone, but crunchy and fun.
Crunchy and fun. That is a very specific self-image you've got there.
But think about the imagery. You have a stack of chips in a can. They're all identical. They're sitting there alone, but they're delicious. They're complete.
Just waiting.
Just waiting for the right moment. It's a way to be funny about being available without sounding, desperate.
I think the power of it is in the rhyme. In English, rhyming slang just takes the sting out of a situation.
It does.
If you look at someone at a party and say, I am alone, it just sounds so heavy. The music stops.
Yeah,
It invites pity.
right. You get the, oh, you poor thing, look.
Exactly.
Huh.
But if you say, I'm single as a Pringle, you sound like you're ready to party. It forces them to smile. You're controlling the emotional temperature of the conversation.
And that's a great point. It's self-deprecating but confident. You're a snack, literally. And honestly, who doesn't like Pringles?
True. But being flying solo isn't just about how you describe yourself to others. It's about how you treat yourself, too.
Which leads to the concept of being my own best friend.
This is such a crucial shift. We often talk about the difference between being lonely and actually enjoying your own company.
I have a specific example of this. A habit, really. I take myself to the cinema on a date.
Okay.
I buy the biggest popcorn available, again with the snacks, I know, and I don't ask anyone else if they want some. I just eat it all.
There's a massive psychological hurdle there for a lot of people. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect.
What's that?
You feel like everyone is looking at you, judging you for being alone?
But they aren't. They're on their phones or shoving popcorn in their own faces.
Exactly. And enjoying my own company flips the script on that. It means you are interesting enough to hang out with yourself.
Ouch. Harsh but true. And let's be honest, Sometimes the best date is a date with yourself. No awkward conversation, no compromising on the movie choice.
And you get all the popcorn.
All of it, every single kernel. It's glorious. But okay, that's the flying solo high life. That's my domain.
But you mentioned you're in a slightly different headspace.
Right. I'm hovering around what I call happily single, but with conditions.
Happily single sounds like level 10 again, though.
It is, mostly. I love my dog, my books, my freedom. I love not having to answer to anyone about why I'm reading until 3 a.m. But then comes the external pressure.
The when will you get married questions.
Always. Usually from older relatives at family gatherings. You're not getting any younger, they say.
The classic.
So while I am happily single internally, there is that shift when you decide you want to change things. That's where we get the phrase single and ready to mingle.
Classic rhyming slang again. It sounds like a dance.
Right. Mingle means to mix socially. It implies movement. So this is the phrase for when you're tired of the books and the dog, sorry, Fido, and you go to a party specifically to meet people.
It's an active state. You're not just single, you're broadcasting a signal. You're turning the radar on. Yes. But here's the problem, and this is where I really struggle. It's the issue of being fixated or picky.
Picky. That's a dangerous word. It's often used as an insult, isn't it? Like, oh, don't be so picky.
It is. It's the picky problem. My mom tells me this all the time. She says, I'm too difficult because I want a man who is a doctor, a model, and a chef all at the same time.
Wait, that is a tall order. A doctor-chef model. When does this person sleep?
I have no idea.
If he's a doctor, he's at the hospital. If he's a chef, he's in the kitchen. If he's a model, he's, I don't know, moisturizing somewhere.
Exactly. It's physically impossible. But it captures that feeling of having high standards. I maintain that I am not desperate. I'm just waiting.
Which brings up the distinction between Mr. Right and Mr. Right Now.
Oh, I love that distinction. It's so useful. Break it down for us.
Well, Mr. Right Now is convenient. He's there. He's fine for a dinner, good company for the moment, but you know it's not going anywhere.
And Mr. Right, or the one, that's the long game, waiting for the one isn't passive. It's a refusal to settle.
It's refusing to accept level 1 connection when you want level 10.
Precisely. But the road to Mr. Right is paved with some absolute disasters. And this is where the vocabulary of dating becomes most useful for describing the train wrecks.
Oh, is it story time? Please tell me you have a fresh disaster story.
I have a very fresh one. We have to talk about the not my type category.
Not my type. The polite way to say no thank you.
It is the ultimate diplomatic immunity. So I went on a date last week. And on paper, this guy was great. Polite, decent job, dressed well. But
What?
he talked about his cat for 2 full hours.
2 hours. Just the cat? Not even like lions or tigers, just his house cat.
2 full hours. I know more about this cat's digestive system than I know about my own brother. He talked about the nuances of its diet, its sleeping habits, its political views.
Wait, the cat has political views?
Apparently, he was very convinced the cat was a libertarian, and I'm just sitting there nodding while my soul slowly leaves my body.
Okay, that is rough. That's an endurance test, not a date.
And the conclusion is key here. He was a good person. He wasn't a villain. He wasn't my type.
Not my type is such a useful phrase because it shuts down the conversation without being mean. You aren't saying he's a monster.
Exactly. You're just saying the puzzle pieces don't fit. It saves you from having to explain why it didn't work. It's a soft rejection.
But hey, maybe he's perfect for a cat lady who is also single as a Pringle?
Maybe. But finding that person involves different strategies. There are 2 very different ways people go about this. Playing the field versus being back in the game.
Oh, I have friends in both camps. The energy is completely different. Playing the field is wild.
It is.
I have a friend doing this. It's basically dating different people every week just for fun. You aren't looking to tie the knot.
Which is a great idiom for getting married.
You're just sampling the buffet. It's casual. It protects your heart because you aren't investing too much in one person.
Versus being back in the game or back on the market. That one feels heavier.
It does.
Think about a guy who just got out of a long relationship. His friends tell him he needs to get back in the game.
Back on the market. It sounds so transactional, like you're a house and the for sale sign is back up in the yard.
It is a bit transactional, but it also implies resilience. You got hurt, you took a break, and now you're dusting yourself off and trying again.
True. It takes courage. But sometimes being back in the game leads to the worst feeling in the world, the agony of being the third wheel.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. It is a physical pain.
Tell me about it.
I have a coffee shop story that makes me cringe just thinking about it.
The coffee shop incident. Please share so I can feel better about my cat date.
So you go out with a couple, your friends. You think it's a casual hang, but then they start whispering.
Whispers. The words.
I love you. No, I love you more. Every 2 minutes, little touches, giggling, and you're just sitting there. You feel like a ghost staring at your coffee.
The ghost. That is profound. You're invisible, but you're haunting the table.
Exactly. And that is the definition of a third wheel. You're an unnecessary appendage. A bicycle needs 2 wheels.
Right.
The third one just wobbles and gets in the way.
And you don't know where to look. Do you look at your phone? That feels rude. Do you pretend to be fascinated by the sugar packet? Oh, look, sucrose.
You stare at the coffee foam and pray for the earth to swallow you whole. It emphasizes your singleness in the most uncomfortable way possible.
See, this is why I prefer my strategy. I counter your third wheel misery with the ultimate flying solo move, a date with my bed.
This sounds cozy and way less awkward.
It's the best. Think about Valentine's Day. Everyone is out at expensive restaurants, stressing about reservations, and where am I?
Where are you?
I'm in my pajamas. I am eating noodles, slurping them loudly because no one is watching, and I'm watching Netflix.
That is the definition of JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Exactly. We talk about FOMO all the time, but JOMO is the upgrade. The phrase is, I have a hot date with my bed. It's ironic, it's funny, but it's also true.
And your bed never talks about its cat for 2 hours.
My bed is very supportive. Literally. It supports my back and my dreams.
You know, we've covered the feelings, but we also promised some ammunition. Witty comebacks for when people ask those annoying questions.
Oh, I love these. Rapid fire. Let's trade them. Okay. You see a romantic couple feeding each other strawberries in public. What do you say?
Story of my life.
Classic. Sarcastic. Dramatic. I love it. Okay, what about when your aunt asks, why are you still single, darling?
Where is my Prince Charming hiding? It's not my fault. He's just bad at directions.
He's stuck in traffic. What if you're workaholic?
Easy. I'm in a committed relationship with my career. That one shuts people up.
It does. Here's a cynical one for February 14th.
Valentine's Day is just Single Awareness Day.
SAD. SAD. It's an acronym. That is brilliant.
It is. Okay, how about this one? Love is blind,
Yeah.
but I'm invisible.
Oof. That cuts deep, but it's funny.
Eh,
And finally, a bit of wisdom.
better alone than in bad company.
That is the truth. That's the mantra. Better to be single as a Pringle than stuck with the cat guy.
Amen to that. Before we wrap up, there is one modern phrase I find really interesting. It's a bit fancy.
Oh, the celebrity phrase, the rebranding.
Yes. I'm not single, I'm self-partnered.
Self-partnered. It sounds like something you'd read in a glossy magazine.
It does, but it reframes singleness not as a lack of a partner, but as a partnership with yourself. It's the ultimate flying solo rebrand.
I like it. It's empowering. It says, I'm not alone. I'm just in a very exclusive meeting with me.
Exactly. It removes the waiting aspect entirely. You aren't in a waiting room. You're in your living room.
So I guess the takeaway for everyone listening is that the language we use really shapes how we feel.
Right. You can be lonely or you can be flying solo. The words give you control over the narrative.
And remember, the goal isn't just to find a partner, it's to be happy. If that happens with someone, great. If it happens with a can of Pringles and a good movie, also great.
Absolutely. It's all material for your memoir anyway.
To all the singles out there, you awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Spacecast vibes. Bye.
See you next time.